York Brewery, Yorkshire Terrier, Yorkshire Amber Ale.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I have got one here, and I haven't had one from this place for a long time, but it's from the People's Republic of Yorkshire. And it's their Yorkshire Terrier from the York Brewery. It's Yorkshire Amber Ale. Could it get any more fucking Yorkshire? I don't think so. But it's one of their beers that has been recommended to me by someone, and the fact that I am actually going to York, if you never see hide or hair of me again after I've been to York, you know what's happened. They've all got wind of it, and I'm not telling you the date because you'll get a posse up with fucking pitchforks and flaming torches to fucking destroy me for taking the piss out of God's own county. But I'm going up there in July. I'm not saying when, but I am, and I intend to visit as many breweries as possible. The missus don't know yet. She's going to find out on the day. If I get divorced when I come back, that'll be the reason. But yeah, it's going to be a long weekend up there, and I don't think I haven't been to York, and there's quite a few things I want to see up there. I want to go to the Jorvik exhibition, the old Viking exhibition. I've been told it's absolutely fantastic. Been told there's lots of nice little rock bars and stuff like that. And also there's some really good breweries. I'm not sure when this video is going to go up. It may be pre or it may be post going to York. If it's pre, then you've seen it. If you never ever see this video, you know I've not come back from York. But anyway, enough about that bollocks. This is one from the York Brewery. Now they've got a bit of a checkered history and a bit of a sad one as it goes, because they're still going, but they've been going since 1996. But they initially established themselves within York, and they were right by the city walls actually, and they had been brewing since 2008, and they ran into a little bit of trouble. Obviously 2008 was when the crash happened, and you know the economy went to shit, and I think they sort of landed on hard times. But they were taken over by Mitchells of Lancaster, I should say. I've actually been to Lancaster. Quite a nice place actually, nice little town that was, and they took them over. But I think it was recently in 2018, or it could have been before that they Mitchells, they ran into some trouble as well, and they had to sell off a lot of their stuff, and that meant that it was no longer viable to have where they were as a going concern. So they tried their best, eventually found new premises, and in 2018 got shafted by the landlord. He put up the rent and also landed them with a bill for repairs, and I think it was basically just to get them out. So the whole existence of the brewery was in question, but thankfully Black Sheep came along, took them over, and now they're actually part of the Black Sheep Brewery. They're based in Massam, where Theakston's are based and the Black Sheep Brewery is based. The two are very close to each other, obviously Black Sheep being a family member from the Theakston's family opening up his own brewery. Personally, I prefer Theakston's beer. I think it's just got the years of experience behind it. Black Sheep isn't bad, but I've had a lot of mediocre and some bad beers from Black Sheep. I love their Black Sheep Ale. That is really nice, and I think it's their flagship beer. It's lovely. The others, I had a stout from them, a porter, golden ale, the Monty Python stuff. I wasn't impressed. It was very, very average beer. I think I've got some of their stuff in the fridge. Is it the Peloton stuff? I think it is. I've had it in there for, it must be 6 months. I just can't motivate myself to drink it because I really I went through a phase of drinking Black Sheep beer. Don't get me started on that pineapple milkshake IPA. They're still selling that in Morrison's. Fucking vile stuff it is. But I've got some of that Peloton in the fridge, and after going through that phase of the bad beer, Black Sheep, then I sort of put the brakes on Black Sheep a little bit. But I've found out on doing research that this stuff is actually brewed in the Black Sheep Brewery. So that will be interesting to find out what that tastes like. It's called Yorkshire Terrier, and I've actually got a Yorkshire Terrier, and if ever there was a dog with a Yorkshire attitude, it's him. I don't know what it is with them little yappy little gits. They're all mouth and trousers till he barks at the dog next door. There's a big bull terrier. It's not an English bull terrier. I think it must be a staff cross. It's a big lump. He barks at it. If the dog ever got out, it would rip him to fucking pieces. But yeah, all mouth and trousers. But there you go. And yeah, it's a bitter, and it's a beer that I don't think I've tried before. So this will be a first for me. So let's investigate and see what it's got. Right, 500ml bottle, 4.2%. Amber ale it's got down as, but they've classed it as a bitter, a best Yorkshire bitter even. It's brewed in the York, they call it the York Brewery Limited in Massam, but that is the Black Sheep Brewery, and they make a big thing about it on the Black Sheep website. Oh, sorry, not the Black Sheep, the York Brewery website, saying it's the division of the Black Sheep Brewery. So, Yorkshire Terrier is in a similar vein to its namesake. Is a bold, feisty, and packed full of character. That is the perfect description of a Yorkshire Terrier, and that's the perfect description of that little git, my little mate Bob. He is like that. He's bold, he's feisty, and he is packed full of character. He is definitely a character. It's 4.2%. This multi-award-winning single hop amber ale is legend throughout Yorkshire. Throughout Yorkshire. I can't help saying Yorkshire without putting on a fucking stupid accent. The UK-grown Challenger hops blend with a dash of crystal malt to offer robust notes of fruit and a clean bitter finish. Now that's really interesting that they use Challenger hops. Challenger is a perfect hop for bitter. It's packed full of the earthiness and the black pepper spiciness that gives English bitter its character. And I have tried single hopped bitters before, notably the Coniston Brewery Bluebird, which also contains Challenger hops as well. And that was a single hop beer just like that. And you really did get the full character of the Challenger hop in that beer. And it was a really, really nice English style bitter. If you want to rewatch that, that's up on the channel. Just do a search for Coniston Bluebird. Very nice beer. I recommend the stuff that the Coniston Brewery do. They are a really good traditional English brewery. But this lot, this is the first one that I've had from them. Or is it? Because how much of the character of the Black Sheep Brewery have they taken on with this one? Let's find out. Right, you bastards, let's get this fucking thing open. I am so dead when I go up to Yorkshire. Plain silver cap. We're not putting anything on the cap, it'll cost more money. I'm surprised, well actually it is. They've got a flat cap on the beer as well. They just love their flat caps in Yorkshire, don't they? There you go. Right, let's get into the glass. Apologies to any viewers from Yorkshire, but you know me, I am a piss-taking little shit. You're quite welcome to take the piss out of Cockneys, if you so wish. There it is in the glass. Nice amber colour, as they say. A half finger white head on the nose. And you can get that crystal malt smell straight away. That crystal malt, I tend to find that on a lot of English beers. Shepherd Neame use it quite a lot in their beers, and it's a really nice. It's like a sweet honey malty style flavour that you get in top fermented beers. You don't normally tend to get it in bottom fermented beers. It's pretty much a characteristic of English ales and English bitters. Sometimes you get it in pale ale as well, but It's nice. I like it. It took me ages to work out what it was. But yeah, there is fruit on there as well. Nice green fruit like apple, not sour apple. I've just tried that Ryderburger Hirsch beer. Oh, it's fucking vile stuff. That was disgusting. It's made with millet from a German brewer from Bavaria. Went down the sink, got 0 out of 10. Fucking disgusting. And that's why I've cracked this stuff open. So don't let me down, Yorkshire. This better be nice, because I am getting the taste of some dodgy German beer. I never thought I'd say that, but some dodgy German beer out of my gob. It really does just come across as a little bit of the Challenger hop character come through there, but the malt on this is big, and there is that fruit as well. But that's what you're getting. Smells nice. Let's get everything into the glass. Here it is. That's clear as a bell. Head isn't up to much, but it looks nice. Let's get it down the hatch. Bottoms up. And that is nice. Yeah, really good. You can get that crystal malt in there. That's big on the palate, and it is quite sweet. But then I've always said this as well. When you class or you taste an English bitter, the bitterness always, for me, comes on the finish. And that mixture of nice sweet malt should be balanced out by a bitter finish, which is battling with the malt on there to give it a really nice long finish. And that's exactly what that's doing. This is nice. Yeah, it's good. I probably would have liked a little bit more of another style of malt or another species of malt in there. I think the crystal malt is quite dominant in that. I would have liked a little bit more bitterness on the finish, but I think that's just me being picky. This is perfectly acceptable as it is. It's a nice English bitter. It's not outstanding. I wouldn't say it's blown me away, but it's a solid English bitter. Nice balance of malt. The bitterness on the finish, I think, could be a little bit bigger if I was to complain about it, but that's a minor gripe. It still goes down quite well, and this is about cellar temperature at the moment, and I'm getting some very nice flavours from it indeed. There is some fruit on there as well, and it's like green fruit. That's what I'm getting, like pear and apple, like sweet green fruit, if you know what I mean. And it complements the malt and the hops really well. Is it me, or has it got a slight haze to it? I think it has. Yeah, there is a slight haze to it, but it's, yeah, there's no, that has been filtered. Yeah, it's nice, clean drinking, nice, sessionable at 4.2%. You will not go wrong with that. You wouldn't be legless. And it's got no nasties in there. Goes down well, nice, smooth, good mouthfeel. Yeah, the only gripe, maybe a little bit more of the Challenger hop character on that, like they did with the Coniston Bluebird. That really did shine through. And I always recommend that, you know, if you want to taste what Challenger hops, what they do to a beer, drink the Coniston Bluebird, because it comes through in abundance there. They've just packed that full of hops, and you really do get to taste what that hop does for a beer. And when you try other beers with that hop in there, you can pick it out. It's quite unique. Well, I wouldn't say it's quite unique because there are others, English hops certainly, like for example certain Goldings and Fuggles hops as well, that do have similar characteristics, but Challenger is one of the top hops that they use for bitter. You will find it in a lot of English bitters, and rightly so, because it's got all the characteristics of what an English bitter should be. And this is no exception. It has got it in there. I just would have liked a little bit more in there. But it's okay. No complaints. So what's the verdict on Yorkshire fucking Terrier? It ain't bad. It's not the best bitter I've tasted in the world, but it is certainly not a bad one. I don't know whether it's taken on any of the characteristics of the Black Sheep Brewery. It's been that long since I've tried a Black Sheep beer that I can't really compare them. But on its own merits, it's nice. And I shouldn't really be comparing it to the Black Sheep, even though it is brewed in the same place, because obviously there's different brewers that are doing this stuff. But it's good. I like it. It does everything that an English bitter should do. No nasties in there at all. It's a good ABV for sessioning, and I like the cover. I like the label. The old ye olde Yorkshire Terrier. Ours ain't like that. There's something wrong with the top of his head. He's like a skinhead Yorkshire Terrier. It's like he's got nothing on the top of it. It's all shaved off. But he's a good little thing, old Bob. Love him now. He's going grey a little bit. He's got 2 grey bits around his eyes. It's like somebody's put white paint on a pair of binoculars and he's picked them up and put them onto his eyes. He's gone grey all around his eyes. It's fucking hilarious when he looks at me sometimes. But there you go. I'm going to give this 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm going to recommend it. It ain't a bad one. There is better beer out there though. If you're into your English bitter, I will say there is better out there. But if you do see this, or if it's on tap in a pub somewhere up north, then yeah, I'd say, and you like your bitters, I'd say get some. It ain't the worst beer in the world, certainly not. There's no nasties in there, easily sessionable, nice mouthfeel. Yeah, good, solid Yorkshire bitter. And remember, beer is working class champagne.